Welcome to Fitness by Design, the podcast for busy corporate guys who are sick of trying to get in shape only to have every plan feel like it's working against their life. I am your host, Coach Spencer, and I know exactly what this feels like. Early in my engineering career, I was working 50 plus hours a week. I was stress eating on garbage and drowning my days away with beers and burgers every night of the week. I gained over 40 pounds since graduating college, and I couldn't even climb the office stairs without getting winded. I had tried everything, men's health workouts, bodybuilding.com challenges, cutting carbs, fasting, you name it, but nothing stuck. And when my body finally shut down and landed me in the ER, I weighed 145 pounds, down 70 pounds from my heaviest just 2 years before. I knew something had to change. So I took the problem-solving skills that I had used in my engineering career and I started to apply them to my health. I built a system, one that actually fit into my life, got me results, and made them sustainable. And now I help busy guys do the exact same thing. This podcast is where I will break down those systems, those real-world strategies, actionable insights, and no bullshit solutions to help you get lean, build muscle, and thrive in and out of your career without feeling like you have to burn out to do it. Because your health should not compete with your success, it should fuel it. So let's get into today's show. Today, we are going to cut through all of the bullshit that is the fitness industry. And this one might ruffle a lot of feathers, so buckle in. Because if you're listening to this, I'm willing to bet that you have tried at least one of the following things. Maybe it is some strict diet where you had to eat like a rabbit, cut your carbs to zero for weeks on end, and eventually just fucking crashed out because you had zero energy and you were miserable. You've done some hardcore workout plan that had you in the gym 6 days a week, doing cardio twice a day. You were sore as hell and you had no energy when you got to the office or got home. You've tried to track every single gram of food, calories, ounces of water. You've cut out every single drop of alcohol and enjoyment. And literally it just feels like fitness and tracking has become a full-time job on top of still having to go to the office, do all of your projects, do all of your meetings, and live your life. And then the worst one is probably just telling yourself like, oh man, I just need to try harder. Like I fell off track every single time. Like I just need to try harder. I need to be more disciplined. Like, no, dude, you fucking don't. And if you've ever felt and thought like, why the hell can't I just stick with it? Let me tell you something you need to hear right here, right now. You are not the problem. The plan that you're following is the lies that you have been sold. Look, I have worked with tons of guys who came to me thinking the exact same thing. They suck at discipline. They don't want it bad enough. That something must be wrong with them because no matter what they try, they always end up back at square one. And it pisses me off to no end. Because this is exactly how the fitness industry keeps you stuck in this vicious cycle of thinking that you are the problem, that it doesn't work if you don't try hard enough. Well, today, I am going to be your best friend for the rest of this episode because we are going to break down 6 of the biggest red flags that I have in the fitness industry and things that may seem completely harmless on the surface when you hear them out loud, you hear them on social media, but these things are absolutely destroying your ability to lose weight, build muscle, and feel good in the office every single day. So let's just get into it. Number 1, skipping lunch is going to save you calories. Look, man, I get it. You're busy. You go from one meeting to the next, you've got 30 deadlines on Friday, and the thought of sitting down to have lunch or a real meal in the middle of the workday seems absolutely friggin' impossible. So what do? You just tell yourself that skipping lunch is going to save you calories and help you lose weight. And on paper, yeah, sure, I get it. 100%, it makes sense. Fewer calories in equals fat loss, right? It's how everybody talks about it. It's a calorie deficit. But that's not how that actually plays out in real life. Because here's what happens. You start the day with coffee, maybe you grab a protein bar, maybe a Starbucks sandwich or a granola bar or a bagel or something if you even remember to, or you grab it on your way and you pick it up in the mobile drive-through order. And then by noon, you're just too busy to eat. You've had meetings from 8 o'clock until noon. You have 10 minutes to make it to your next meeting. And then by that point, you just got to keep working because you're trying to get everything done. You've got all these deadlines. You've got all this work. You got to hand off markups. You got to do all this stuff. So you know what you just do? You're just going to grab another coffee. Got to make it through. Then 3 p.m. hits and you're friggin' starving. And that vending machine looks awfully sexy. You're just going to grab something out of that, whatever is easy. You start white knuckling your way through the rest of the afternoon until you can get home. And then by the time you get home, your wife's cooking dinner. You're sitting there and you go, man, I'm kind of hungry. And you grab yourself, handful of peanuts out of the pantry, Oh, maybe there's Doritos. Oh, maybe your kid's got some snacks in there. You grab a fruit pack or a Swiss cake roll or something. Anything like that. Just whatever is in sight becomes edible because you're like, holy shit, I've had three or four cups of coffee today, and a Snickers bar, and maybe that protein bar that I ate at breakfast, 9-10 hours ago. But your body's not stupid. It's been running on fumes. It's been running on that coffee for the entire day, and now it's making up for lost time. You start to overeat. You overeat at dinner. You snack late at night. And by the time you go to bed, you are so far over anything that you could possibly consider a calorie target for the day. And you've done it just because you skip your meals all day. You'd be in such better shape if you just stopped skipping meals. Because let's be real, if it worked, you would look how you want to look right now. But instead, it's keeping you in the cycle of just starving yourself and then binge eating when you get home and feeling like crap when you go to bed. And then red flag number 2, you've probably said this week, is I'll just wait until things slow down. Look, man, I get it. It's the beginning of February. Everybody's projects are picking back up. Everything's going off. People want to get projects started. They want to start things before the beginning of the summer. Man, this is one of the biggest lies that we tell ourselves. I'll start when things calm down at work. I'll get serious about my health when this big project is over. Let me ask you, man, realistically, when was the last time your life ever slowed down? Because your career isn't suddenly going to get less demanding. You didn't get into a senior management position because you stopped doing the work or work got less demanding. There's always another deadline. There's always another fire to put out. There's always some intern who has no idea what he's doing twiddling his thumbs. And there's always another reason to just wait until things slow down. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder it's going to get. Every month, every year that passes by, you're making it harder and harder to come back from. Because as you increase in age, you're going to have higher susceptibility to lose muscle. Your metabolism legitimately slows down over time. This is not marketing. This is actual science. Your metabolism slows down as you age. And your energy levels are just going to keep tanking because every pound that you put on is 1% off of that energy level every single day. And one day you're just going to wake up and you're going to realize you're just not a little out of shape anymore. You have completely and utterly lost control. The best time to start was years ago, but the next best time is right now. It's the age-old adage. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but the next best time is today. So what are you going to do about it? Red flag number 3, I'll just eat whatever's at the work event. Look, I'm not knocking you here because I've done this in the past, and I love it because some of these work events have some killer food. Insert every golf outing you've ever been to. But look, I am not here to say that you need to meal prep and bring your own Tupperware dinner to freaking client meetings, client dinners, golf outings, happy hours, whatever. But if your entire nutrition strategy is, I'll just eat whatever's there, you literally are setting yourself up to go in and just play a game of fuck it up and figure it out. Because here's what's going to happen. You tell yourself it's just one meal. It's just one happy hour. It's just one weekend. And before you know it, you're eating like shit all the time. You feel like crap. You're wondering why you're not losing weight. But you don't have to be perfect. You just need to have a plan going into it. Because if you know you're going out, look at the menu ahead of time. Plan for a higher protein meal. Plan to only have a couple of drinks. This is one of the best tricks that I've ever taught my clients. If you know you are going out to eat, plan your food and put it in your tracker the day before. Track 2 to 3 drinks, whatever you think you're going to have. Put it in your tracker. Account for those calories. Then eat for the rest of the day, knowing that you already have that alcohol accounted for. Because that is going to be the difference of overeating and undereating. And let's be real, you're never going to undereat when you're not paying the tab. And if you're at a networking event, grab a very heavy protein meal instead of just snacking on whatever's there. Grab the eggs at the breakfast meetings. Grab 2 sandwiches and just make it into a single double sandwich for lunch. Grab that chicken, grab 2 chicken breasts, whatever it is when you grab the dinners. Makes you have more protein on your plate than anything else when you go to these events. Because those small adjustments are going to make a huge difference in the long term. Red flag number 4, and I hear this one not often, but when I do, man, it freaking grinds my gears. Well, I walk a lot. Doesn't that count? Listen, man, I get it. Walking is great for your health. It is great for your cardiovascular health. It is great for your heart. It is great for your body. But let's be real, walking from meeting to meeting, pacing around your office isn't building muscle. And let's be honest, your conference rooms aren't that far apart. If you're trying to truly change your body composition, building muscle, losing fat, getting lean, feeling freaking good in your body, building muscle is going to be the name of that game. Because more muscle is a higher metabolism. More muscle is better energy levels. More muscle is easier fat loss. So if your plan right now is just getting more steps in, you're going to be more frustrated with the lack of results than anything else. So start focusing on strength training. That should be your priority right now. Red flag number 5, and this one I'm a little bit biased on, but I don't need a coach. Listen, I am probably the most biased on this one, I'll be honest. But you have spent years trying to figure this out on your own. Where's it gotten you? You're still tired. You're still uncomfortable buttoning your shirt every single day. And you're still stuck in the same cycle of trying keto again. Listen, if you could have fixed this on your own, you already would have. You would not be this far into this podcast, or for that matter, this far into this many episodes of this podcast, if you could have figured this out on your own. The best guys in any single field, whether it is business, sports, leadership, they don't figure it out alone. They hire coaches, they get guidance, they have a proven system and a proven process. Do you think the frickin' Philadelphia Eagles just won Super Bowl 59 because the Kansas City Chiefs suck dick during the entire game? Okay, well, that one's actually true. But they did it because they had great coaching. They hired great coaches. Their offensive coordinator just got hired to be a new head coach. Their defensive coordinator came in after working for a million other coaches. He was probably one of the best defensive coordinators in the friggin' league. They have one of the best offensive line coaches. That the dude got his own documentary because of Stoutland U. Like, it's a whole thing. Tom Brady didn't win 7 Super Bowl rings because Tom Brady was good. Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowl rings because Tom Brady had decades of coaches leading him, treating him with respect, but also guiding him, helping him build the systems, helping build the processes. Tom Brady as an individual did not win the Super Bowls. Jalen Hurts did not win the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles won the Super Bowl. I'm going to repeat that at least 10 more times. The Eagles beat the shit out of the Chiefs because they are a great team. They had great coaches and they had a great process. Your body is just another system that needs to be optimized. So stop guessing. And again, I'm biased. You should hire a coach. It doesn't have to be me, but you should hire a coach. And honestly, red flag number 6, this one, again, grinds my gears too, but man, fitness coaches that try and force everything into your lifestyle. I see this so much, and it just pisses me off every time I have this conversation, is these coaches that come in and they're like, oh, you have to eat this way, you have to train this way. Their lifestyle becomes their client's lifestyle, and they don't even consider like what actually is going to work for the client. Being a guy that coaches corporate clients, like this one is such a like grinder for me because I've had this happen with my own coaches. I've had this happen around me with coaches that I consider friends. And like, there's guys online on Instagram that went to YouTube University and put, I help busy professionals in their friggin' Instagram bio. And you guys pay them thousands of dollars. And then they turn around and they do exactly what happened to Ari. Ari literally had this happen to him firsthand. Before working to me, he went to 2 different coaches. One of them told him that he had to eat 5 meals a day and he had been fasting for 20 years. And the other told him he needed to train 6 days a week, stop intermittent fasting. Like, guys, neither of these fit his life. That wasn't how Ari had lived. He had literally told them both, listen, I have been intermittent fasting for 20 years. It works with my body. It works with my lifestyle. I don't want to change that unless I absolutely have to. But instead of adjusting the plan to work for Ari, they just said, well, you just need to trust the process. This is your meal plan. This is your training plan. Go do it. And he quit both and he called me. Because when he found the system that fit his career, his family, and his schedule, everything changed. Dude got shredded in 10 weeks. He lost 14.9 pounds with me in 10 weeks. And since that time, in the last, 12, 13 months, he's packed on so much muscle that he's the exact same weight as when he started with me, but he has the same body fat percentage when he was at, 137. And the difference between a coach who understands you, understands your world, understands your life, and the one who just wants to fit their system into your life, come on, like that tells itself. So the fix here, at the end of the day, guys, if you're still here with me, is to just stop following plans that are built for somebody else's life. If any of these red flags have hit home, if you feel the passion that I have and the hatred for all of these things, it is time for you to start doing something different. So just DM me the word design on Instagram at Spencer H. Gallo, and I'll literally send you my corporate nutrition blueprint. This is the exact system that me and my clients use every single day to lose weight, build muscle, while still working our corporate jobs and absolutely just crushing our lives. This avoids a lot of those big fitness mistakes that I just talked about that keep these guys stuck. This system works. So if you want it, just DM me the word design on Instagram. And honestly, if you're ready to just say, screw this and get this all handled, I will literally drop a link in the show notes. You can just book a call straight into me and we can just make a plan that fits into your life, because your health doesn't have to compete with your success. It can fuel it. This is Fitness by Design, and I'll catch you in the next episode.